Why are they poking me with needles? What kind of surprises I get from lovely donors? And what I think about suicide watches for mass murderers. All this and more in the next 30 seconds on Galactic Daily News. Good afternoon, and welcome to Galactic Daily News for the 21st of August, 2019. I am your host, Chairman Durgay. Yay! So, what have we got going on today? Well, yesterday was dialysis day, and had a major headache during the last part of it and afterwards. Which I fixed with napping and coffee, which may seem like an odd combination, but it works for me. The unfortunate part is I used up all the coffee. So I need to get to the store today so that I can get some more, because trust me, I needs the coffee. But I've got to call out to a friend to see if he can take me to the store so I can get coffee and a few other things that I need. I've got to get back in the habit of doing major grocery shopping instead of picking up 2-3 things at a time. Because what happens, I pick up 2-3 things at a time, then a couple days later, I need another 2 or 3 things. So if I can do all of that in one fell swoop, that would be awesome. And here it is, the last of the coffee. Anyway, what else we got going on here today? All right, old business. Still looking for a partner. I had one person throw out a feeler for that, and hopefully he and I can get together so that we can set down a time for us to Skype and do the whole podcast thing, because that would be very, very cool. But anybody else wants to? Hey, I'm into roundtables. If I get more than a couple people, I can do one at a time on various days of the week. We can do all sorts of stuff. Let's see. Money. Let's talk about money. God knows I don't want to, because money is a depressing subject, especially for me these days. But my friend Mary pushed me into putting together a GoFundMe account, which has been extremely helpful, because in the few days that I've had the GoFundMe account together, I've got $260 and a number of donors. I've got people that I know, people that I don't know have been donating to this. So that's awesome. Thank you, everyone who's donated to the cause for doing so. And, thank you to everyone who's going to, because I know you are. The big thing with a GoFundMe account, you'll find the link is on my Facebook page. Share it out. Share it to your friends, your family, people you don't like. I don't care. And, just share it out, because I found that I'm getting a lot of donations from people I don't know. And the only way that happens is when people I do know share it out to their friends and family. So let's do that, shall we? Right now, with the amount, with the funds that I've received from you folks, I think everything's paid up through August, which means that it's the end of August, so we really need to start pushing for the September funds. So we can deal with September, because I know that I'm going to need rent by the 5th, so that's $750 right there, and then I'm going to again need electricity, cell phone, internet, that type of thing. So Keep sharing it. If you have a few extra dollars, make the donation, please. Help me out. Hopefully, I'll be hearing something about Social Security very soon. I really just need to find a way to get to the office and find out, what documentation I need to bring, whatnot. I found in general that things happen quicker when you do them in person. So I need to get there. I need to find a way there. I need to find somebody who's got some free time to take me into Greensboro to get that done. So, medically, I'm still feeling better than I have. Yesterday was dialysis, so it wasn't a great day. But like today, I'm feeling pretty spiffy. My brain still goes off by itself, apparently, from time to time. But yeah, I'm feeling better. Hopefully, yeah, they started poking me in the wrist, so, that's the thing now. Eventually, that means they'll be taking out this catheter that's in my neck, which that'd be a very good thing. One of the big problems that I have whenever they put bandages on me is they tend to stick to my hair, and become very painful to get rid of. One of the things that I do is, I've got a bunch of these alcohol swabs. I have a couple of boxes of them. Is I wipe the inside of the bandage down with the alcohol swab to get the thing off. But yeah, they did that. They poked me there. They only did one needle in the arm yesterday. They'll start doing both needles at some point. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. They've given me this numbing cream to put on the area before they do that. I don't know how well it works because it hurt like the dickens when they poked me yesterday. Of course, that could be the nurse. Because one of the things I found is that certain nurses, they can slide a needle in you and you never even know it. And others couldn't do a hair width needle without it feeling like you're being stabbed by a broadsword. So, I don't know. Maybe they go to different schools. Who knows? But anyway, they're doing that, and eventually they'll, like I said, they'll be putting both needles in me, and then the catheter here will come out. So, that's a good thing. What else is going on? Okay. All right, I think that's the incidentals that we're dealing with today. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a short break for myself and for you, and then I'll come back with a question that one of our faithful viewers has asked. So, I'll be back in a minute. And we're back. So, one of our loyal watchers, Mary from Virginia, asked me a question on Facebook yesterday. She posted a link to an article about the El Paso shooter, who is apparently on suicide watch, because the El Paso authorities are afraid that he's going to try to kill himself. Or perhaps he did. Yeah. Let's take a look at the article here, shall we? Let's see. No, he hasn't tried to kill himself. This is a guy, in case you've forgotten, who killed 22 people in a Walmart and was charged with capital murder. Now, in other words, if he's found guilty, the state of Texas is going to stick a needle in his arm. I really wish they'd go back to firing squads. And to my mind, it's cleaner and simpler. But they're going to stick a needle in his arm and kill him if he is found guilty of these crimes. Mary's question, and I think it's a valid question, to be quite honest, is why? If this guy wants to kill himself, her view is let him. Save the state money, time, effort. Won't have to go through a trial. If he's found guilty in a trial, won't have the expense of killing him. And here's the thing about the death penalty. I've got nothing against the death penalty, but it tends to criminals who have been found guilty and sentenced to death tend to stay in. It can be years before they're actually executed, with all the appeals and whatnot. If this guy's found guilty tomorrow, he could be in a Texas penitentiary for the next 10 to 15 years before they actually kill him. So, and that's a truckload of money, in case you didn't know. Our prison system is ungodly costly. I mean, think about it. 3 hots and a cot for 10 to 15 years. For somebody who's been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole, that's 50, 60 years that we're providing food, clothing, and shelter for someone. Someone who we've decided to remove from our society. So, what up with that? And in this case, here's a guy who may want to take himself out of the system entirely. So why don't we let him? Well, there's a few reasons for that. Well, there's a couple that I can think of right off the bat. One is that, according to our system of justice, everyone is entitled to a fair trial. Okay? Whether, you could find me standing over the body with the bloody knife in my hand and a maniacal grin on my face, and I'm still entitled to a fair trial. Because, and here's the second reason, anything is possible. All right, in the case that I just stated, where I'm standing over the body, maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I just walked up and found the guy there and the knife by his side, picked up the knife going, oh, wait, what the hell is this? Which is probably the dumbest move anyone can make. Anybody who's watched any cop shows on TV knows you come up to a body, you stay well away from it. You don't pick up anything. You don't get blood all over you, because the cops aren't going to believe you when you say, well, I just walked up and there he was, and I tried to revive him, and there was this knife there, and I picked that up thinking maybe you guys will want it. Yeah. Welcome to San Quentin, dude. But the thing is, even in that scenario, it's quite possible that they could find you not guilty. Which is the second thing that we need to think about when it comes to the El Paso shooter. It's quite possible that a jury would find him not guilty. How is that, you say? Stranger things have happened. Okay? Maybe they find him not guilty by reason of insanity and decide that what they're going to do is put him in a wacky ward for the rest of his life. Near my hometown of Rome, New York, there is the Marcy Psychiatric Facility, or as us homies call it from up there, just plain Marcy. Growing up, it was a thing when I was a kid. If you saw somebody acting a little wacky, oh, they're going to send him to Marcy, which was, unfortunate for the town of Marcy, which was where this psychiatric facility was located, but it's there, Marcy Psychiatric Center. Son of Sam has been there. Who's the guy that shot Reagan? He was there. Some of Manson's associates have been there. Squeaky Frome was there and still lives in the area. She was released, but she still lives in the area. So, they could send you to the wacky ward. Send this dude to the wacky ward. And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs treatment. And yes, it's unfortunate that he had to kill 22 people in order for the rest of the world to figure out that he needed treatment. What can you do? A trial can give all sorts of weird things. During a trial, other information could come out. Maybe he had other playmates. Maybe there was somebody egging him on. These people could be arrested and charged. The trial needs to happen. And another thing that a trial does is it gives the families of the victims closure. The families of the victims sometimes need to sit there in the courtroom and listen to not only what a horrible human being the defendant is, but what a wonderful human being their family member was. You know, Maybelle was a mother of 3 who volunteered at the church and baked cookies on school days and all of this stuff. And now her life has been cruelly taken from her by a random madman. They need to hear things like that. They need the closure of a trial. They need to know that this situation has been dealt with, that the person who did this has been dealt with. And letting him take his own life, is a cheap way out. It doesn't give them that. If someone I loved was taken from me like this, I want a trial. I want that person. Because the other thing that the thing that I want most, to be able to blow his head off with a .357, I'm not going to get. But the second best thing is to see him up there before the world, his crimes exposed before the world. Now, I know there are some folks, and, occasionally I'm one of them, say, a huge public trial like this isn't what the world needs. We're publicizing this guy's evil deeds. And yes, that's true. So we don't make it public. That's all. One of the things I've noticed recently is there's a trend now not to publish the defendant's name. To not make him a hero. Because one of the things we're seeing, and I mean, you look at the recent spate of shootings, it's like 3 or 4 happened within a week. And that's because one guy does it, and then all of a sudden, all the other wackos come out of the woodwork. So if we, stop publicizing the wackos, we're never going to get rid of these mass shootings, but we may cut down on them. We can hope, at least. Because nothing else we've done has worked. But anyway, as far as, making sure the guy has a trial, it's something we need to do. As a society, we need to do that. We need to let the rest of society know that we are willing and able to prosecute this guy and have the whole law library fall down on his ass. If we let him kill himself, we're letting him take the easy way out. And yes, it's costly. It's costly in both money and emotion to do these things. But they need to be done. It's a way of cleaning the wound, cleaning and dressing the wound so that it heals. Anyway, I hope that made sense. In the end, it may seem easier to let him kill himself. It may seem easier to let a father of one of the victims come into the jail cell and strangle his ass. But that doesn't heal us. And a trial is a chance for the victims and the families of the victims to achieve some closure and us as a society to close the wound. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the subject. They may be wacky. They probably are. Let's see. What else? Do we have anything else to talk about? Oh, yes. Somebody sent me a case of Doritos. They ordered them through Walmart, apparently. They were on my step when I came home from dialysis yesterday, and the van driver was nice enough to help me get them in to the house. And imagine my surprise and joy when I opened the box and found that it was full of Doritos. So whoever did that, thank you very much. Again, there was no name on the box at all. So whoever did that, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My taste buds appreciate it. My fingertips, not so much, because they get to be orange. And now for our Please Donate to Me segment. So, like I said, we've got about $260 donated through the GoFundMe account. PayPal is zeroed out, and I haven't received anything through anything else recently. If you have donated, thank you very much. I appreciate it. so much. You're helping me stay in a home. Me and the dog. Where's the dog? He's on one of his beds. And I appreciate it. If you can continue to donate, or if you haven't donated yet and plan on it, please do so. One moment. Sorry, had to clear my throat. But again, if you have donated, thank you. If you're going to donate, thank you. Every little bit helps. You can donate through PayPal. Find me at paypal.com under careman@yahoo.com. You can donate through Cash App. It's an app for your phone that you can download from any one of the app stores. And I'm on there under $Careman. There was another one. What was the other one? Patreon. You can go to patreon.com and set up a monthly donation for as little as $5 a month. And I'm at patreon.com/Careman. You can go there. I hope to have something special for the Patreon donors, because that's what it's set up for. Haven't quite yet figured out what I'm going to do there, or how, but I will, and you guys, whoever donates through Patreon, will get something special, at least once a month, once I figure out what it is. If you are a Patreon donor and can think of something that you'd like a special once a month, let me know. And then finally, there is the GoFundMe account, which you will find the link to that on my Facebook page. Also, I figured out a direct link to that I can post on the YouTube channel and whatnot. So I will be doing that probably today if I remember. So any one of those is good. And yeah, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I hope you'll continue to do so, to donate, until I get the Social Security set up. So anyway, that's it for now, I think. And yeah, this is probably an especially long segment, but that's okay. I don't mind doing long segments as long as they'll post to YouTube. If, like Mary, you want my opinion on other things, please hit me up. Mary posted that on my Facebook page. You can do that, or you can email me at careman@mac.com, or you can leave comments under the YouTube videos. Any one of those will get to me, and if you have a question about anything, feel free to ask. I know people have asked me about my personal history, and I'm going to do some segments on that here in the near future. All right, so that's it for now. I will catch you guys, if not tomorrow, then Friday. So until then,
everybody be cool. You be cool.